Hey everyone, my name is Danny. I'm a football trainer, and today I'm going to be taking you through a 10-minute warm-up. To start off with this warm-up, make sure you have plenty of space around you so that you don't hit anything as we move around. We're going to go ahead and set ourselves up in our good neutral posture right now, so feet can be underneath your hips, shoulders can be pulled back and down. We will get started with our wrist circle. So pull your hands up and then make a closed fist and just start to circle your wrists around in the biggest range of motion that you can move it through. Okay? This is your first exercise. We're going to go for about 10 in this direction, however you would describe the direction that I'm moving in. And then when you get to about 10, let's change direction and start to come around the other way. Cool. Still be diligent with moving through every corner of your range of motion as you move through that circle. Fantastic. We have a few more. And then we're going to go to our elbows. Okay, so now go ahead and pin your elbows to your sides. Rotate your hands away from your body. And let your palms come up as your hands come away. I'm keeping my elbows close the entire time and just trying to move my forearm around. Nice. When you get through about 10 of these, again, we're going to change direction and start to come inside. And now as you come towards your body, you can turn your palms to face down. Fantastic. We're going for about 10 here as well. Good. And then we'll take it to our shoulder roll. So let's roll the shoulders back and down. Nice, trying to set your posture as perfectly as you can. Just like a primer for the rest of the warm-up, because we want to keep our shoulders back and down the rest of the time. Good, and then we'll get a little bit bigger with things now. We're going to take it into some arm circles. So to start, let's just do some forward circles, keeping them as large as you can. It's kind of the theme with all of these circles. You really want to get through every bit of range of motion that you have. And just make that a nice fluid swing. And we're going for about 10 this direction, and then we can change direction and go 10 the other way. So now we're going backwards with it. That's a beautiful job, everyone. Let's go ahead and take our feet wider now. So they're going to be underneath your shoulders, toes can be turned out. And I want you to twist your chest to face the side, and we're going through our trunk twist. So turning your chest as much as possible and pivoting off of your back foot as you turn. So you can see my back foot turns with my body. Nice, and we're shooting for about 10 on each side, but I'll just cut you off at a certain point because everybody moves at a different pace with these, so if you're moving a little bit slower, that's totally okay. All right, let's try to get a few more in. Sorry. And then we can transition into some hip circles. So let's relax that. Reset those feet underneath your hips, put your hands on your hips now, just right on those hip bones, and we're gonna circle our hips around. So squeeze your butt nice and tight, and then move your hips around in the biggest circle that you're comfortable with, okay? We're aiming for about 10 going in this direction. Nice and smooth. Try not to move a whole lot through the head or the shoulders, really just keeping this all in the hips. Good. And as you keep going through that, hopefully you're coming up around 10 reps this direction. Let's go ahead and change direction. You can come the other way. Nice, you guys are doing a fantastic job so far. Let's keep this up. Going for the same number as we rotate this way. Good, and make sure you're getting good tension in your glutes throughout. Awesome, and that's gonna be about it for me. If you have a couple more, that's fine. But when you're ready, we're gonna keep our feet underneath our hips. Hands can be on the thighs, shoulders are backing down again. And now we're gonna go through our hip hinges, so just go ahead and push your butt back and bow. You're bowing your torso over, but only bending at the hips and knees. So make sure your knees are soft and you're really actively reaching your butt back behind you as you slide your hands down your thighs, okay? If you're doing it well, you should feel a bit of a stretch in the back of your thigh as you reach. Nice. We're going for about 10 of these hip hinges. Fantastic job. As you finish those up, we'll start to move down to the knees a little bit. We're gonna do some butt kickers. So just pin your elbows to your sides. I like to make a closed fist and just keep my hands in front of me. And just like you're scraping gum off your shoe, you're just kicking your heel up to your butt and then resetting your feet, alternating which foot is kicking up every time. Make sure the thighs are staying pointed down here. We don't wanna lift the knees at all right now. They're just staying right where they start. Good. And as we move through this, remember you should feel the back of your thigh lighting up just a bit. Fantastic. We have a few more reps to go through. And then we're gonna switch into some high knees. So now I want you to pull your knees up to your chest. So really lift your knee as high as you can, and then try doing the same thing on the other side. If you're comfortable with this, you can even try to tuck your knee into your chest by grabbing it with your hand. Remember, you always have the option to just do the high knee. Either movement is fine. We just want to make sure you're getting as much of a bend as possible through the hip without bending through your back. So you can see I'm staying nice and tall, not rounding my lower back as I lift my knee. Awesome, and just a few more reps of this. Okay, and then we'll just finish out this little dynamic portion with some squats. So take your feet into your squat stance, which is just going to be underneath your shoulders. And then I want you to sit back and down. Remember, you're only going as far as you're comfortable with, but go ahead and lower yourself into your squat and then press yourself back up. If your squat is only to about here, that's fine. Go as deep as is appropriate for you. Okay, but we're going for 10 squats. Reaching your hands out in front of you as you sit back and down, and making sure that your thighs are staying out and in line with your feet. Very important point. Okay, when you've done about 10 of those, shake the legs off and relax for a moment. We're going to be going through a couple of new movements today, but these are both going to stem from what I call a goalpost position. So in goalpost position, you have your hands with your palms facing forward and your elbows very high. So I'm making kind of a 90-degree goalpost or an L shape. However you want to think about it is totally fine, but that's the position that we're trying to stay in as we move through these exercises. Okay, so to start, we're going to have our arms up in that position, palms face forward. Imagine your back is against a wall. And then I want you to allow your palms to rotate down, keeping your elbows high, and we're going to rotate them back up. Okay? We're going to go through that about 10 times. So down and up, down and up. And again, pretend like your back is against the wall the whole time, so your elbows are not moving off of that wall. They're just staying in light contact with it, and you're rotating through that point. Okay? Let's keep that going. Standing up nice and tall the entire time. Good, and then for our next one, you're gonna keep your palms in that same start position that we had, so palms face forward. Your back is again flat against that imaginary wall, and now I want you to slide your arms up that wall and then come back down. Okay, so you're sliding up as far as you can without arching your back. So as we go through this, really make sure your belly's staying tight. You're reaching and coming back down. Reaching, coming back down. Keep that up. We're going for about 10 reaches. When you get to 10, we'll take a little break because I know this causes a bit of a shoulder burn for most people. It is for me right now. That's okay. Nice, and that's about 10 for me. So when you get close to that, you can go ahead and shake it off. Roll the shoulders out for a moment. We're just gonna be doing that one more time, okay? So as we go through these exercises, you should really be feeling a lot of it in your upper back, activating various things around the shoulder blades, maybe in the deltoid a little bit, but yeah, the point is we're trying to set your posture as perfectly as we can, so really make sure you're staying nice and tall and not slouching as we do this, okay? We're gonna do it one more time. When you're ready, palms can face out, you can pull your elbows back, and then we're gonna flip them up and then come back down. So we're just going from goalpost to, I don't know what you call this, kind of like our high rope position. Okay, remember, only rotating through the shoulder here, your elbows stay fixed in one point, and your palms come down. Nice, keep that up. We're going for about 10 again. We're almost there, good work. Okay, and now keep your hands fixed, back against that imaginary wall. Let's slide up and come back down. And your upper back really should be burning quite a lot now, just from holding you in this position for so long. We'll go through 10 reps of this, and then we will be all done. Get it done as well as you can, keep moving. Nice job, and when you've done about 10 of those, you can bring your arms back down and relax, roll the shoulders out. If you would like a stretch to do, if you have some time right now or maybe later on in the day, just to alleviate some of the tension that we just built in those muscles, go ahead and turn your palms to face forward and then tilt your neck to one side, tilt your head to one side, and you'll feel that light pulling in your trap, and you can hold that for 30 to 60 seconds on each side. That'll just be a good thing to do on your own. But thanks for coming, everybody, and I hope you have a good rest of your day. Good work.